We've all been guilty of that. Using seemingly neutral words in conversations that actually do pass some negative judgments. And if you don't want to pass any negative judgments, you want to tune in. So the first one, obviously, is obviously. Obviously, he doesn't care about you. What's so obvious about that? Great. The person that you're talking to now feels like shit because they haven't seen something so obvious. Obviously is an opinion. It's not a fact. The same goes to the word clearly. Clearly, she's lying to you. What's so clear about that she's lying to me? How do you know? Have you read Paul Ekman's book on microexpressions? And even if you have, did that make you an expert? Because it's not a microexpression, but it's a body expression, right? If I crossed my hands just like so, probably you can think, oh, she's closed off. She doesn't want to talk to us. She's withdrawn. And what if I'm cold? Or what if I'm anxious about something that happened earlier before I joined the conversation and that's my mechanism of self-soothing? How do you know if you don't ask? Is that so clear to everyone? So obviously, clearly, out. Well, I'm just being honest. I think it's okay if I say it out loud. I hate when people say, I'm just being, or I'm just trying to help. If you are just trying to help, don't add just. The just has become this little passive-aggressive word thrown here and there to just soften the final blow, like finish her in Mortal Kombat. So be careful with just. If you, for example, are following a recipe and the recipe says just tiny bit of salt, although it's difficult to measure a tiny bit of salt, how much is that? But you get the idea. The just is not a terrible word altogether because there are different contexts. Now I'm talking about very specific contexts that you probably have been exposed to. The cherry on top, nobody or everyone or everybody. Who are those people? Who's everybody? If you say to someone, well, everyone thinks that's a stupid idea. Everyone thinks that. Who's everyone? How many surveys have you conducted so far? Where's the data? Can you prove that? And if you say everybody, what are you trying to tell me? That your voice matters more than mine? And also, if you take this imaginary everybody and bring them into a conversation, can I twist it around and also say, oh, but everybody thinks you're wrong? Where is that conversation going to lead? Nowhere. You both are going to end up being hurt. You know the drill. That's not going to help anybody involved. And talking about anybody, we still have nobody. And I feel like nobody can appear more often in our inner conversations, like, oh, no one is going to like it. No one's going to watch it. No one wants to hang out with me. Who's that nobody? Don't do it to yourself. And lastly, if you are ever tempted to say you are, she is, he is, they are, so talk about anybody else than yourself. You are passing on your opinion, not a fact. Usually. But it's usually safer to talk about you and you only. It's very easy for a conversation to go from wanting to share how you feel or what you're experiencing into hurting the other person and then having a whole new argument about attacking, defending, and, the drill. And I think a good start into having a better conversations is also being more mindful about how you use certain words, how you phrase yourself. Because in therapy, you learn about emotions, schemas, feelings, which are very valid. But sometimes it's also good to have a proper vocabulary to express what you actually want to express. And I hope that this channel is going to help you to do that. So don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else I should add to the list of words that seem to be neutral, doing no harm at all because everybody uses them, but may actually end up hurting the other person.